they're packing Hinkle Fieldhouse for a new season of Butler Basketball, seniors Pierre and Patrick McCaffery share how they're building bonds with teammates, finding purpose with their platforms in college sports, and how connecting with kids in the community have shaped both of their perspectives.
Project 44 had the opportunity to partner with Pierre last season and are excited to welcome him back, along with Patrick, the new addition to the All Good Dawgs roster. Pierre Brooks and Patrick McCaffery.
Patrick and Pierre, I have the good fortune of living just about 2 miles from Hinkle Fieldhouse, and there is so much excitement and energy this time of year. It's fun to be around campus. What are you guys feeling in terms of the optimism as you're right into the thick of it? Your fall semester is taking off, and we're getting really close to the start of basketball season.
Yeah, I think any kind of late August, early September on any college campus is just, the vibes are incredible. It's great. Everybody's excited to be back. Everybody's hanging out. Everybody's super busy. There's all those activities and all that kind of stuff going on. So I've always thought that's always been my favorite time of year, is right when school starts. Everybody's excited for stuff. And at a school like Butler, which basketball is important, it's kind of there's a lot of momentum building, and people really are invested in our program, which is a really cool feeling, and I'm really happy to be a part of it. And I'm really excited to kind of be in Hinkle this year during games. I think a Big East home game on a Saturday is going to be electric, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, I would say just being back on campus is it's a great feeling. Just being here last year, trying to build up what we did last year, and being around students and coming back to a little bit of a newer team, but we still got some returners. And also hanging with different people, meeting new people, going to class. It's just a different experience. But like I said, I enjoy it, and everyone's like Pat said, everyone's happy to be back and getting to know each other and stuff like that. So
a fun dynamic with the returning guys you have, new guys coming into the program. When you have this period of time, obviously you're juggling school, you guys are training, practicing, all of that. But when you do have a little bit of time, what are the things that you try to do maybe off the court as a group to just build that camaraderie within the roster?
Pierre loves Topgolf.
Yeah,
he always wants us to go to Topgolf.
Yeah, I love
I've been to Topgolf with Pierre a couple of times. He loves Topgolf. Usually we're at Hinkle so much together, just in terms of whether it's because we've been here. I was here for I think 10 weeks this summer, where you kind of build relationships and build rapport with everybody, and start to learn and grow as a unit. We had a bunch of practices, a bunch of weightlifting sessions, and that's kind of where all those bonds are really formed. And then, like I said, Pierre goes to Topgolf. I know I've been with a couple guys to some Fever games. We've done a whole bunch of stuff like that. So, you just kind of continue to build relationships, and we're college guys. We just hang out in the living room of people's apartments, all that kind of stuff, and we just kind of kick it that way.
We do other stuff. We went to Coach's house yesterday for recruiting and stuff like that. Just hanging with the guys. Like I said, I like going to Topgolf, going over Coach's house, or even just being in the locker room, just talking about certain things, just getting to know everybody in that team bond.
How's your swing, Pierre?
I'm not going to lie to you. I got a good drive, but anything else outside of that, no.
Stick to what you're good at, right?
Yeah. And I'm not trying to, how they got those holes everywhere where you have to try to, get points. I'm trying to swing it all the way back. It's no strategy.
I don't know if you have to go all the way to Topgolf to just do a long drive contest, really. There's a lot of places closer, driving ranges and whatnot, you could probably hit instead.
It's not that far. I would say it's 20 minutes from me.
That's true.
Patrick and Pierre, you both started your college careers at Big Ten universities. What was it about the opportunity at Butler that attracted you both to the Bulldogs program?
Yeah, a big thing for me was that my brother lives here. My brother works for the Pacers. So being closer to him was something that was important to me. And then also, our staff is incredible. Coach Mata, Coach Mojo, Diebler, all the way down the line. It's a really impressive staff that they're really invested in us as people, as well as basketball players, and that's something that I was really looking for throughout my recruiting process. And it was just real, genuine, nice people involved in our program, and that really was what drew me here and made my decision pretty easy.
My decision was a little different. Mine was based off me trying to find a new start and find a new home. At Michigan State, my first 2 years didn't really go the way as planned. But like Pat said, we have a great coaching staff, and on my visit, they really predicated on me being like the person I needed to be, the player I needed to be successful. So, like I said, the coaching staff is great, and they were a huge reason why I committed. And I know like Butler has always been a basketball school in a basketball environment, and I wanted to be a part of that environment. And playing at Hinkle was a great experience because I played in it my freshman year when we played the Big Ten Big East Challenge, and we played them back-to-back, but we played at Hinkle my freshman year, so I saw how hyped the fans got, and it was a really good experience.
You mentioned it. You've been attending Fever games. Your brother is in town. You previously attended Iowa, wore the number 22. You're not the only famous Iowa number 22 in Indianapolis. Your connection, of course, with Caitlyn Clark, fellow former Hawkeye. What is something about her and the impact that she is having on the women's game that maybe people don't recognize? Like, aside from the stats and all of the attention there, with this transition that she's been able to have, and, you know, obviously the incredible dynamic which has been created.
Yeah, you know, Caitlyn and I have been friends since we were in high school, since I was about a junior in high school. We've been friends for a long time. I think just seeing kind of what she's done for just not like for the game in terms of what she's done on the floor, right? She's broken 1 billion records. She's done a ton of stuff, and she'll only continue to do that. Just kind of the impact, though, she's had on the league in terms of, you know, viewership and in terms of, you know, fans at the Fever games. Like, every game I go to, it's sold out. Like, it's incredible. Like, the atmosphere is intense. It's a great place to watch a game. And, you know, I think just in terms of, you know, how she is as a role model and what she's able to do for other little girls across the world, I think, and boys too, little girls and boys, that she's been able to do has been incredible, and I'm excited to see her keep rolling.
And she's been on a tear.
Yeah.
She's been on a tear ever since we came back.
Came straight off that break, came out fast and furious. I mean, you guys were saying that's something you guys have gone to as a team. Indiana in general has such a strong basketball tradition. Pierre, for you, what's that environment like? Maybe if you're going to a game and seeing maybe that type of an atmosphere, which is infectious, whether you're playing at, you know, at the Fieldhouse or you're playing at Hinkle, playing Gainbridge, wherever it is.
I would say I feel like Indiana's a basketball state, and like everyone loves basketball down here. I would say one of my experiences is I went to the Pacers game, and they were playing the Celtics for the in-season tournament, and it was really live. Like, it was like a college national championship game. It was so loud. It was so loud in there. And they ended up winning the game, like beat the Celtics in the in-season tournament. And it was a good experience. But like just going to games, like playing in like pro-ams and stuff like that, like I can just tell that it's a basketball environment because people always come up and show out. So
with the basketball environment that we have here in Indiana, I agree. Indiana is a basketball state. You know, we've been fortunate in Indy to host a lot of big basketball events and, you know, be part of really the pinnacle of basketball too, which also affords us the opportunity to kind of parlay that into doing good things off the court too, right? Like, it's not all about how many points are scored or what the titles look like or how many minutes are played or what the roster is, even for that matter. Talk to us, you know, you guys have the opportunity as Bulldogs to participate in All Good Dawgs, who we, Project 44, have a relationship with. What does that look like to you when you get the opportunity to go out in the community and really be this basketball personality and the figure that you're known for in this way, but, you know, being able to parlay that off the court and do something in the community in that sense?
Yeah, you know, I think it's incredibly rewarding, you know, getting to go in, like the All Good Dawgs event. I've done one since I've been here, and it was at the Children's Hospital. So we're, rebounding for kids, or not the Children's Hospital, sorry, the Children's Museum. We're rebounding for kids at that sports center they have. By the way, the sports center out there is incredible. I had fun, and I can only imagine how much fun I would have had when I was like 9 to 12 years old. Like, I would have been in heaven, it just would have been incredible. So, it's such a great setup that they have over there. Highly recommend everybody to go over there. But, we get to spend time with kids, and, we're playing mini golf with them. We're throwing the football around. We're playing basketball, and just, building those relationships, because I'm somebody who's grown up around college basketball. And, I remember how important those relationships growing up with the players was for me in my development as just a human. And, I remember how I felt in those moments. And how important that was. So that's something that, if I can make somebody else feel that way, it's something that's incredibly important for me, and something that I'm always going to try my best to do.
So last year I got to do a whole lot of NIL events with All Good Dawgs, and like I say, helping kids with disabilities. Like, it really changed the way I thought about life. Like, just seeing kids like look at us and like their eyes light up, and they have to go back into these like situations. I would say it was a great feeling. We did some events like a little before Christmas. Like, where we at? We at the airport hangar, right?
Republic Airways, I think, yeah.
And it was great. Like, just giving kids Christmas presents. Like, it was a great time for sure.
Patrick, you have a little firsthand experience really having been a cancer patient yourself as a teenager, and now, on the survivor side of that, and your family working to participate in kind of awareness and, general support for AYA and Iowa cancer research. Tell us more about that, and what did that experience for you as a cancer patient? How did that help shape you into who you are now, and what's that look like for you to be able to participate on the back end of it?
I think it's something that was an incredibly unique experience, as you could probably imagine. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about, kind of your family and how much they'll do for you. But what I always say about that experience was that, like, I was so young, I didn't really know any better. It was just kind of like, you're going to the doctor, you're doing whatever you got to do to take care of it. So it was kind of like, it was almost normal in that sense. And that's scary to think about for me, because it shouldn't be. But, I think something that, like, the AYA is incredibly important, because it's been, like, statistically proven that people from the ages of 13 to 35, they have different challenges with cancer and all that kind of stuff. And so, I think what my parents, the foundation that they work strongly with, is something that, is really important just for the future and for everybody involved. I think because the more we do to help that age demographic, the more we can, continue to combat and defeat cancer. And the more research we do, the more money we raise, the more and the better off we'll be able to be in the future.
In this age of sports in general, with social media and everything, there can be so much pressure, in particular on, college athletes, purely performance, right? You put so much emphasis on that, on delivering day in and day out. You have someone's, pressure behind you. How much does it help in that for you have these opportunities to go out in the community and continue to have a greater impact, and almost have that balance of, yes, there's a ton, you devote so much time and energy and all of that on the court, into your play, into the classroom, but then to also be valued as being a more well-rounded individual than maybe just what you're contributing on the court and within a season.
It's an activity that we do, like, to kind of get our minds off basketball. I would say, like, we put so much time and so much effort into being this best player that we can be all the time, and we never really make, like, time for ourselves and make sure that we're doing certain and necessary stuff off the court. And I think things like this, like, it help us off the court, because we can take our mind off basketball and also, like, build a greater impact as well.
Nobody will know us well enough to really formulate an accurate opinion, I would say, because there's obviously so much more to every individual, every college athlete that plays a high-level sport than just, like, watching us for 40 minutes every, like 2 times a week. There's just much more to life than that. So, I think people try to formulate opinions. You just don't really take them into account because they don't really know you that well as an individual. And, there's people who you trust, the people who have opinions, like your coaches and your family, the people you interact with every single day. They really know how you are as a person and your character and kind of what's your makeup and all that kind of stuff. So what I kind of try to do is I tune all of the other stuff out and really lock in and to the people that are around me every day and know me best. And I value their opinions, and those are the ones that I go off of. Because, like I said, just by watching us 40 minutes 2 times a week for a couple months doesn't necessarily mean you know a whole lot about us. But it is what it is, and we'll just continue to keep playing and growing and moving forward.
In the experiences that you each have been able to have firsthand, is there one that really sticks with you, like an interaction on a day-to-day basis? Pierre, like you mentioned, like just those kids and the perspective that they value. Is there maybe one that sticks out, or any particular relationship that you've been able to form that you have continued since?
I wouldn't say it's a specific person. I think that all the events that I've been to, I've made multiple friends and made multiple connections too, because we didn't just interact with just one person. We interacted with a whole series of people. So I wouldn't say it's just one specific person. With all the events that we've done, just helping this kid and helping this kid, it's been multiple people. So
I was lucky enough when my time at Iowa, we would have the Children's Hospital is obviously very big, right? The football team, they wave. Yep. So that's obviously very important. So last year me and a couple teammates were actually able to go and watch the game on the 12th floor of the Children's Hospital. So we were on so we were waving back. We were on the other side of the wave. So that was something that was a really, really cool experience. And, during the game, we're playing checkers with all the kids up there. And, you see the kids you see how much it means to people, right? You see kids literally can't leave their parents' arms. They're so tired, they're so wiped down from treatment, they're in pain, but that wave means so much to them that they're willing to, kind of get out of bed and leave their room to go sit up there and wave. And that's something that, I think is invaluable and incredibly important. And it can't be possibly understood. I saw it firsthand how challenging it is for those kids to be able to participate. And, so we go there and we try to make their experience as fun as possible. But it was really enjoyable, kind of being on the other side of the wave and getting a new perspective on the games. And it was really cool having 80,000 people wave up at you.
At Project 44, our mission is to recruit people and raise awareness for the bone marrow registry, of course. But our vision is to more globally kind of inspire this culture of yes, or the idea that we need to be about something bigger than ourselves, right? Whatever the cause is, whether it's adolescent and young adult cancer or, literacy or women's rights, voters' rights, whatever the cause is, right? Something that goes beyond who we are in our own bodies and our day-to-day experiences. And so I'm curious, obviously you guys, Pierre, have already been involved with us directly through All Good Dawgs. And Patrick, we're excited to bring you into the fold and into the family this year too. But through those experiences from an NIL perspective, really, what do you see on that back end of affecting that culture of yes? What does that idea of yes mean, and what does it cause? What's the outcome of it? Why is it important?
With a platform like Pierre and I have as athletes, where we have a somewhat large following on social media and all that kind of stuff, and just throughout campus with our age demographic, I think standing for something is really important, whatever your cause is, right? Like you said, you just gave several examples of certain causes. So whatever cause you choose to stand for, I think is important. And I don't think you're doing your full job as an athlete if you're not kind of standing for something bigger than that. I think with how long our arms can extend in terms of how we can inspire people our age, ages below us, or even ages above us, I think, in order for us to really leave a long-lasting impact, we have to stand for something more than just being a basketball player. And Project 44 is a great avenue to do that. And I would encourage everybody who listens to this, if you're not on the bone marrow registry, get on there. I had a friend who had to get a bone marrow transplant when I was when I was going through my cancer treatment. So I understand kind of the situation, the gravity, and the importance. And so that's why I thought I was registered, because I thought I did back then, but I wasn't. So now I need to know that. Now I know I need to go get registered. I checked with my mom yesterday, so she was able to tell me. But anyways, so yeah, I think, like I said, you have to stand for something. And I'm glad I do. And I'm glad that there's things like Project 44 that we can work with and continue to strive to, make progress. Because like you said, you guys have built an incredible brand, an incredible thing, but you're not where you want to be. And so I would love to, kind of help keep it rolling.
Yeah, just piggybacking off Pat, like I said, we have a large following, and I feel like we can inspire people to say yes and take that next step. And I feel like we are like big, I would say, big influencers, not just here, but like, to me, I've been here for the past year or so. Like, I think people pretty know who I am at Butler and know who I am in the state of Indiana. So like, I think I can inspire people to say yes and inspire people to like take that next step. So,
Pierre, I expect to be invited to the next Top Golf outing.
Yeah, you got DM me. I'll be glad to make that happen.
Oh my God, you guys are fantastic. Thank you all so much.
Thanks, guys, for
having
being
us.
part of it. We appreciate you.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Finding 44. If you liked what you heard, be sure to subscribe, rate, and review. Follow Project 44's mission at project44.org and find us on social media at Join Project 44.